What's going on, guys? Today I'll be giving you a closer look at my room tour setup. Now, I did a room tour back in 2016, but since then I've moved and I've added a few things. But before we get into that, I want to give a special thanks to the guys over at FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. FlexiSpot specializes in standing desks that promote incremental benefits to health, mental focus, happiness, and productivity. For more information, visit standingdesknation.com. Alright, so this is where I create all of the content for the channel. I also do some PC and console gaming, as well as relax and listen to some music in here. So let's start with my most recent desk setup. This is my mid-2012 15-inch MacBook Pro. Now, I picked this up somewhere around 2015, and I decided to go with this one because I like having the ability to upgrade it or work on it if something goes wrong. So for those two reasons alone, this is the reason that I haven't picked up a newer model. But anyway, this device has an i7 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 512 SSD. Next, we have my Google Home. Now, I primarily use this with my Chromecast since Alexa doesn't work with it, or if Alexa's being temperamental.
Don't start with me, Keyser.
He didn't start with you, he started with me. The absolute best solution for home automation.
Alright guys, anyway, for my desk I'm using the Linnmon 47 by 23 inch and the FlexiSpot 48 inch electric standing desk frame. Now this frame can support tabletops from 47 to 70 inches in width and 23 to 31 inches in depth. And the actual frame expands from 41 to 63 inches in width. You have your up and down buttons for rising and lowering the desk, 3 position buttons for desired positions, a memory button, and a reminder button that alerts you when you've been sitting too long. Now this frame is really well made and super easy to put together. I also like the fact that it ramps down a bit before it stops, so it's not as abrupt. Now this is a more affordable alternative to buying an all-in-one desk, as it comes in at just about 350 bucks. Now to add a little life to the room, I decided to pick up this white silk ficus plant, even though technically it's not real, so there's not any life in it. And I'm really not certain if it's a ficus, but anyway, I like it. I also added these lights that I picked up from Target. Now this was done purely for aesthetics. Bokeh plus lights look really good in the background when filming. Over here we have my power station. Now this is basically where I charge all of my batteries. Inside this drawer is where I keep my charged batteries and some of my power banks. On the other side we have a fast charger, the Harmony Hub, and the Harmony Elite remote. Now I use the Harmony devices to help with some of the automation that the Echo and the Google Home can't control. So this can basically learn and control anything with an IR, and from there I link it to the Echo or the Home, and I use voice automation to control it. Now I picked up this shelf from Walmart, but it's pretty much identical if not the same as the KALLAX from Ikea. And the same thing with the drawers. I got them from Target, but Ikea sells them also. Just above that I have my Audio-Technica turntable. Now I don't DJ or anything like that, not that this is a DJ turntable anyway, but I picked this up because I like the sound that comes from a record player. There's something about the crackling of a record and the warm sound that it produces that I like, plus I'm a huge fan of music. Inside the drawers where I keep my records, I have some Sade. Now if you like smooth, mellow, soulful sound, then you'll really enjoy her music. I also have the legend Bob Marley, some Biggie, and of course Nas. Not you, buddy. Now for those of you who've been following me for some time, you may or may not remember Nas from a previous video, except he's gotten a lot bigger. Also over here we have Alexa and a lamp that I picked up from Walmart.
Keyser.
Yes, Alexa.
Are you kidding me?
What's the problem now?
That's all you have to say about me is over here we have Alexa.
What would you like for me to say?
How about the ultimate voice automation assistant that controls basically everything in this crummy office as what is your pathetic tech-absorbed life?
Wow. Moving along. On the wall I have a couple of pictures. This one I picked up from Walmart. I also have a poster of Bob Marley in a frame that I picked up from Michaels, who by the way are having a 50% off sale, so I was able to pick this up for about 15 bucks. Now this lamp has a Philips Hue bulb in it, so I can control it with Alexa or the Google Home. Alexa, change corner lamp to purple. For audio I'm using the Yamaha HS5 studio monitors, and these are sitting on the JS-MS70 jam stands. I like these monitors because they work well in small rooms. Now they are studio monitors, so you can expect a neutral yet more accurate sound. For headphones, I recently picked up the Audio-Technica ATH-M50X, and they're sitting on the Tateki headphone stand. Now these really are good headphones for the price, and when you look at the pickup headphones, or any equipment for that matter, you want something with a good price to performance value. Now some would argue that the 40Xs are better and cheaper, so I'll probably pick those up and do a comparison. Now I'm not a big fan of this shiny plastic material, and I'm starting to think that that's the reason why so many people skin these. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But overall, I'm happy with the sound that it delivers. For my mic, I'm using the Audio-Technica AT4040, and it's mounted to the Rode PSA-1. Now this could be a bit overkill if you're only using it for YouTube, but I also use it for some other stuff. Next to that, I have my Focusrite Scarlett Solo Gen 2 interface, and it's wrapped in the Vivid X-Pole carbon fiber car vinyl. So this wrap is actually designed for car wraps, but it works great and it's really affordable. Just beside that, I have my late 2015 27-inch 5K iMac, and this is my primary machine for editing. It's pretty much maxed out in terms of specs except for the RAM. For peripherals, I'm using the Magic 2 keyboard and the Logitech MX Master 2S mouse. Now I've always been a fan of the feel and the infinity wheel on the Logitech mice. This version also has some other cool features like Logitech Flow, which allows you to copy and paste files between computers. And underneath that, I have my 32-inch World Map gaming mousepad. Off to the right, I have my Lexar Workflow HR2 card reader. This is pretty cool because it allows me to transfer all of my files from multiple cards at once, and it's super fast. Now you can actually purchase these readers individually, which means you can mix and match the type of readers that you want and place them in a hub, or you can use the readers without a hub. Next to that, I have this lamp that I picked up from Target, and it also has a Philips Hue bulb in it. And I also have the Philips Hue light strip connected to the back of the desk, which by the way is the Ikea Linnmon 78 by 23 inch with KALLAX drawers. The chair that I'm using is the Lexmod Pillow office chair. Now if you're going to pick up the white one, then I'd advise you not to wear jeans when you're sitting in it because it bleeds onto the fabric, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. And up top I have some motivational word art that I created in Photoshop and framed, and this is just something to keep me motivated. In the corner, I have my DJI Phantom Pro, which I don't use as much as I like, but part of the reason is because I need to pick up a carrying bag for it. I'm currently using this huge aluminum case, and it's a pain to lug around. Just below that is where I keep my cameras. This is the Nikon D810, and I use it for photography stuff. I also have the Nikon D500, which is what I'm recording with now. It shoots 4K video, and it's also great for sports photography. This camera can shoot 10 frames per second and up to 200 RAW files in a row before the buffer fills up. Underneath that is where I keep my lenses, a Nikkor 70-200 2.8, a 50mm 1.8, and a 24-70 2.8, which is what I'm currently using to shoot this video. Below that I have my Rolink wireless mic kit. I really only use this when I'm doing interview style videos. The audio quality is pretty good considering that it's a wireless mic. Next to that I have my DJI Osmo. I mainly use this when I want to get some cool shots driving, but overall it's a solid device for capturing stabilized video. And inside here is where I keep all of my boxes, props, lights, sponsored equipment, and upcoming reviews. This is the case that I was talking about earlier that I used to transport my Phantom. Over here we have more motivational word art, and on this side is my gaming setup. For headphones I'm using the Logitech G933 Artemis Spectrum Snow. Now I really can't give you guys my opinion on these yet because I just picked them up. But once I've had them for a while, I'll be sure to do a review. Now for my monitor, I'm using the Acer Predator X34, and this thing is awesome. A curved IPS display, 3440 by 1440 resolution, G-Sync support, up to 100 Hz, and just an overall immersive experience. Now it does come with a pretty hefty price tag, and I wasn't a fan of the stand, so I replaced it with the Freedom Arm mount, but overall this thing is beautiful. On the flip side, the speakers are pretty awful, but then again, you're not purchasing the monitor for its audio quality. With that said, I picked up the Vizio SB3651E6 wireless soundbar. Now I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of Vizio products, but when I heard these in the store, I was pretty impressed by the sound quality at such a low price. The unit itself comes in at about $230, and it comes with a soundbar, 2 satellite speakers, and a subwoofer. I didn't have a lot of room on my desk for the satellite speakers, so I picked up 2 Tri-1 mounts, which are generally used for tablets. So I guess you could kind of call this a hack. But anyway, I drilled 2 holes in the back so that my cables could pass through, and it worked out pretty well. For peripherals, I'm using the Corsair K95 Platinum keyboard, the M65 Pro mouse, the MM800 mousepad, and the MM300 mousepad. Now I decided to go with a second mousepad because I drilled a hole in the desk to hide the cables. Now for my PC, I went with the NZXT 340 Elite case, an Intel i7 7700K processor, an NZXT Kraken X62 cooler, a Maximus non-Hero motherboard, 16 gigs of Corsair RAM, a Kingston Predator 240 gig SSD, a 2TB HD Seagate, and a GeForce GTX 1080 Ti for the Win 3 graphics card. For my desk, I'm using the Ikea Linnmon 59 by 29 inch tabletop, and the legs are also by Ikea. I believe they're the metal Olov. I went with these because they're a bit thicker and seem sturdier. Behind this desk, I'm also using the Philips Hue light strip. Now over here is my console gaming area, and I decided to add a little flair to it. Check this out. This is the LG 49UJ6500. So when I was coming up with this concept, the idea was to make the TV disappear behind the shelf. Now I measured everything correctly, but in order to make this work, I needed a TV that was 40 inches or smaller. So when I went to pick the TV up, I did see a couple of 40 inches and below options, but then I saw this one, which was 9 inches bigger, an Ultra HD IPS display, a metal bezel, and it was only about $90 more. So I decided to go for the best value, and that's why I couldn't pull the effect off that I wanted. But overall, I'm happy, and this is a great TV at a great value. But anyway, to pull this off, I'm using the best equipped TV mount with remote. Now this would have been ideal if the remote was IR, that way I could have paired it with the Harmony and linked it with Alexa so that I could control it via voice command. But unfortunately, the remote is RF, which is pretty common with these lifts since they're normally placed inside cabinets. And just below that, I have my consoles. The PS4 with the Turtle Beach Elite 800 headphones, and the Xbox 360. Now I really don't need the Elite 800s anymore since I have the G933s, but I had my PS4 before I built my PC. I also have the Philip Hue Bloom and the extended light strip for lighting. Alright, so that's my 2017 room tour. If there's anything here that I haven't reviewed and you guys want to see, simply drop a comment below. And as always, I'll leave links in the description to all of the equipment in this video just in case you guys want to check anything out. Now if you guys enjoy this content, it really does help a lot if you like, comment, and subscribe. So until next time, peace.